If you work as a manufacturing facilities engineer, installing a new piece of equipment can be as complex as the machinery itself. From prep work to alignment and testing, it's your team's job to put it all together. That's why it's good to have Grainger on your side. With industrial-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure you have everything you need close at hand through every step of the installation. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're shopping while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast, then you know and love the thrill of a deal. But are you getting the deal and cash back? Rakuten shoppers do. They get the brands they love, savings, and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Levi's, Plow and Hearth, Adidas, Sephora, and Neiman Marcus. Stack sales on top of cash back and feel what it's like to know you're maximizing the savings. And it's easy to use. And you get your cash back sent to you through PayPal or check. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back. Download the free Rakuten app or go to Rakuten.com to start saving today. It's the most rewarding way to shop. That's Rakuten. Rakuten.com.
KFI AM 640. It's later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. And yes, there's a bee attack that we have to talk about. I have to assume Twala Sharp put that in the stack because he likes to torment me in that way. I would never willingly, knowingly choose to talk about someone who got murked by bees. But I guess we're going to have to do it today. 7-Eleven is going to celebrate their 98th birthday tomorrow. Free Slurpees and tongue tattoos for everyone. Tongue tattoos? Yes, tongue tattoos. We have more beach warnings for the weekend because when the weekend rolls around, that means that the beaches are probably pretty nasty and you should have no business going in the water. And speaking of the weekend, I know that Mark Runner probably has some information for us. It's kind of hot today.
It is hot, and you're not really dressed for the heat so much, Mo. You're wearing pants.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Mark Runner, on occasion, will wear shorts to the office, and when he's not wearing shorts, he'll just take off his pants while he's in the news booth.
Well, the building's empty by this time of night. Nobody cares.
That's true.
No, but we have cameras. We do care.
Oh, that's right. Well, I won't stand up.
Oh, my goodness. Good evening, Mark Runner. How are you doing, sir?
Well, we missed you last night, Mo. I feel like you were gone. Were you gone last night?
Yes, I actually was gone. I was sitting in for Gary and Shannon yesterday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then I decided not to do a back-to-back. Well, actually, I did do kind of a back-to-back. I was the last live show here on Tuesday night, and I was the first live show in studio here on Wednesday morning in for Gary and Shannon.
That is some dedication.
No, that was just what I was told to do.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not like I had a choice.
I see.
All
right.
Just said like, Mo, we need you to fill in for Gary and Shannon. Okay.
Psst, just go with dedication.
But big thanks to Chris Merrill for sitting in for me last night, so I didn't have to do 7 hours of radio in one particular day, or like 11 hours inside of 24 hours.
Nobody wants that.
No, not even you, Mark Runner. Not even you.
No.
Twala Sharp, producer of the program. How you doing today, sir?
Another beautiful day above ground.
It is. And we have so much to get to. It's Tech Thursday. You know, that means Marsha Collier will join us in studio. We're going to talk about how you can declutter hundreds of emails with Gmail's newest feature, and also what to do if you are getting unknown packages, just in case. It does happen. And we have a Waymo update. Believe it or not, Waymo is recruiting teenagers. Well, not recruiting, but they're opening it up where teenagers can get their own account. I'm not so sure I'm okay with that. I don't feel comfortable with that. Why can't they have a normal account that's a part of their adults?
It is. It's not just kids.
They don't need to have the kids' information. That's what I feel uncomfortable with.
Okay, we'll get into it because it's not as cut and dry as that. And Waymo
is cut and dry.
Waymo's not trying to steal your information while you're a kid.
Why do you need to have my child's information?
The exact same reason why any child transportation company needs your child's information. They need your information. They need your child's information.
They don't need a separate account. If we were to fly, if I were to fly and have my child with me, I'd put my name, as far as who I'm buying the ticket for.
It is an account that you can monitor. Look, Mo, we'll get into it. I know you're already, hot on the heels of Waymo hate, but not right now.
Now, Mo,
save your Waymo hate for later.
This is important. Earlier, you mentioned tongue tattoos. Does Tawala have a Waymo tongue tattoo?
I don't know. It might be on his ass, though.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of asses, Sex Doctor is in tonight. Sam Zia, he'll be joining us in studio. What? You never heard of someone getting a tattoo on their ass?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no one's getting tongue tattoos.
I'm glad you doubled back to that. That's good thinking.
Yes. Tongue tattoos, he says. Yes.
We have an update on Gary Coleman, or at least his ex-wife, Shannon. Remember how we talked about her last week, how she was planning to take a lie detector test surrounding the mysterious circumstances on the passing of Gary Coleman years ago, whether she had some hand in it. Well, we have the results of that lie detector test. Well, we just put it up on YouTube, so I guess there's no need for me to tell you, the results of lie. Never mind. I think we should have held that back. Kind of like,
held it back till later.
Yeah.
I love it.
We still got some kinks tying up.
It's so much for the buildup. It's like, what happened with the lie detector test? Oh, Mo just told us she failed the lie detector test.
Well, good night.
Yeah. We're done. Oh, my goodness. I go away for like 24 hours and all hell breaks loose. The show falls apart. What is going on here? Stephen, what did you have to do with this? I know you had something to do with this.
I don't think I had anything to do with this, but I did want to bring people to watch your video if you haven't seen it of you and Michael Monks.
Oh,
it was my favorite thing of yesterday when I saw it, and I was telling Tawala, Monks reminded me, if you ever played like Tekken or like Super Smash Brothers, I love the way that he was bouncing left and right, back
just
and
like
forth.
A video game,
like he was ready to go.
He's going to do something.
Yeah. And you kept telling him, do this, and he wouldn't do it the right way. And then you're like, no, you got to come at me, like actually attack me. Like you were telling him to basically hit you, and you just wasn't doing
context, please.
Yeah, for those who don't know, when I was in for Gary and Shannon yesterday, we were talking about the Metro and how supposedly people who are riding the Metro were choosing or were more focusing on the frequency of rides. I recapped that story we did here, how they wanted more rides, more availability, cleaner trains and buses, more so than security. And then we digressed into just safety on Metro. And I was saying yesterday, and I said it before, I have no problem saying it, that, I usually do have a weapon on me. It's non-lethal, it's non-metal, and something that I could carry on Metro. That's how I got there without any type of worry about a metal detector.
It's on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. We can also find it on my Instagram. We're showing it right now on the YouTube page, but you can find it on my Instagram at Mr. Mo Kelly, so you can hear it in all of this context. And I was just did a few self-defense moves. Like if you don't even have a conventional weapon, I was demonstrating what is called Danbong, D-A-N-B-O-N-G, 2 words, techniques, short stick for Hapkido, which is a Korean martial art. But I said, even if you don't even have one of those, you can use non-traditional weapons. And I was just using a highlighter as an example of something that you can use to defend yourself. That was all. It was fun. And Michael Monks was a great sport, and he hammed it up. But, someone hit me last night. I can't remember. I would love to give that person credit. And they said you ought to do Hapkido in the hallway. So maybe we might do some more simple demonstrations of stuff in the hallway.
Yes.
That is dope.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to see more Sharpie foo from you.
I get my John Wick on.
because it was funny, but it was also very informative.
Well, that's my hope.
Yeah.
That's my hope. And we do, I'll call it women's self-defense classes, and just simple things that you can at least integrate in your life today. Everyone has a pen on them. If you're traveling on Metro, you can use that as a weapon today. Those are the things that we try to teach. Just simple, digestible, understandable, and memorable. That's Hop Keto in a nutshell, and you can build on it from there. But we'll have more opportunities to do Hop Keto in the hallway. It's a great idea. I'll go back and try to find out who mentioned that. It's Later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we're going to get into 7-Eleven tongue tattoos and its 98th birthday celebration with free Slurpees tomorrow. KFI AM 640, we're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI is Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app. We're live on YouTube. And I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. Daniel, our video technical director, has done a wonderful job with offering video shorts and just giving you a more complete video experience. Let's say you missed the show a couple days ago. You can always go back and see it, the video portion, anytime you want. Maybe there was a funny moment or vignette. You can find that as well. Just go to @Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube. And of course, we have the Momigos hanging out in Motown, stirring up all sorts of foolishness. If you just want to interact with the community there, you can. We're developing the community on Instagram and Facebook as well. And thanks to Carnisha, she's making sure that you're all kept connected with the show. And if you listen to this show, you know that we love all things 7-Eleven. That's not true. No, that's not true. That's a lie. That would be not a factual statement.
I thought this was going to be something good about 7-Eleven.
It is. It is good. Okay. How about this?
Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is going to celebrate its 98th birthday tomorrow with free Slurpees and get this, tongue tattoos.
It's all the rage.
It is?
Kids are getting them.
Really?
Tongue tattoos. I just see kids walk around. It's like
you can get tongue tattoos beyond 7-Eleven.
No. They're not getting real tattoos, but they, it's gone from having like a blow pop and you're coloring your tongue. Uh-huh. So now they're getting like candies that will leave tattoos, like they actually have candies.
Like an imprint.
It's just an imprint. Yeah, it's just like a little thing, and they go around. Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, tomorrow, customers can enjoy a free small Slurpee drink at participating 7-Eleven, Speedway, and Stripe stores all across the country. Quote, this Slurpee Day, we're mixing things up with new flavors, our celebratory swag, and even a twist designed to mark taste buds in the coolest way possible. Close quote. That's Marissa Jarrett, EVP and Chief Marketing and Sustainability Officer at 7-Eleven. Also, she went on, the tattoos available are in blue, green, red, and purple.
Nice.
And feature the Slurpee S logo, and it'll be handed out to loyalty members. In other words, you have to sign up for their app. Got to sign up for the app.
I already have the app, so I can get one.
What is wrong with you? You're a grown-ass man.
I have the app.
Why would you have a 7-Eleven app?
Because I go there and I get coffee. You get points, discounts, free coffee.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Free snacks.
You have it too?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
What's going on
What
here?
is the oh my God happening?
Yeah, what's the oh my God?
Why people work on this show?
I need to join.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good oh my God.
Mark, I'm turning into Mark Runner. I'm an adult. Why do you have the app for 7-Eleven?
Coffee, donuts if you want them.
There's a lot of free perks.
And 7-Eleven has this massive partnership.
Perk with 7-Eleven. They got hot dogs on a roller.
No, they have Krispy Kreme donuts, and you can get Krispy Kreme.
I can go to Krispy Kreme. I don't need to go to 7-Eleven.
When I used to do
it's like
Uber,
dumpster diving.
Damn it!
Wait, does the app have your blood type on it in case you get shot?
Oh my God.
What is
That's next. We'll be talking about 23andMe in just a moment.
what is happening?
No,
True
it's
story,
pretty
we
cool
are.
because I used to walk in and I get when I used to do shifts at like handle hours, like 3-4 in the morning, get free coffee.
Boom. I'm saying like the app really does work, and you get like digital coupons, all type of things.
You're
Free
a grown
drinks.
ass man. You do coupons?
What is wrong with coupons, good sir? What is wrong with that?
Do you like cut them out of the paper too?
No, I have all my coupons digitally.
Not 1997.
You know, they're all digital.
That's right. That's the last time I went to 7-Eleven.
Does the app have your emergency contacts on it?
In case you ingest something and like overdose? You know that just about everything in 7-Eleven has a label warning. This caused cancer, or this causes death. This causes blindness.
Yeah, Carnation, that is everything.
Does it have the whole run, fight, hide thing on it? I just took our company training last night.
Oh, yeah, I still have to do that.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Okay.
Get the app, Mo. You'll see the savings you can get.
7-Eleven is also releasing limited edition birthday-themed merchandise online via its 7 Collection capsule. Founded in 1927, 7-Eleven is the largest convenience retailer in the world with more than 13,000 stores across the U.S. and Canada. What they don't tell you is, U.S. and Canada, but you'll find it in just about every country on every continent.
Yes.
I don't know about Antarctica, but they are literally everywhere in the world. And I will say this. I'll be nice to Walt. I'll say something in support of 7-Eleven. The 7-Elevens that I've seen around the world, including Mexico, South Korea, I'm trying to think. I think it was maybe France, because I was on a cruise with stopping saw 7-Eleven. They're all much nicer. I don't feel like that someone's going to shank me when I walk through the door. You don't see any homeless people outside. It's a much better experience.
From my understanding, the 7-Elevens, even in, is it London, or very nice. It's like, that's where you go to get stuff. Like if you're like, need a quick bite, and they have actual bites. You can get like different foods and stuff, not just hot dogs and a roller.
No. The one I went to in South Korea, it was, when I say like a convenience store, it's like an Amazon Fresh. You got all sorts of selections of sandwiches, real sandwiches, not the stuff they have on the rollers and everything. It was just a different experience. And maybe because they're marketed differently here in the U.S. as a, I don't know, like a slumlord place.
It's more slummy. It's marketed more slummy here, but yeah, because I've seen the ones in Japan.
There we go.
And it is just a whole other world, because you can get full on meals in 7-Elevens over there.
Yeah, like they have, you can select like there's a machine. It's like a big bite. It has different foods, and it will slide a plate out of warm food, like just a dish. You can select, I want this dish. Bzz, open it up, slides it out to you. Like there's someone in the back cooking and sliding it through the box. It's wild.
It's like the Jetsons if George had to worry about getting stabbed.
I misheard you. I thought you were talking like the Jeffersons.
George. Slightly different.
Look, the 7-Elevens here, yes, we have sandwiches, even though they're egg salad, tuna, and sometimes chicken salad. I understand that, but I'm just saying that now that the parent company of 7-Eleven is taking over, we are starting to get an influx of greater products here to 7-Elevens in the U.S., and then more and more are going to be rolled out.
I'm going to put this to the test. I'm going to go on vacation near the end of August, and I'll see if I can find some 7-Elevens in each different country where I am. I'm going to try. I'm not going to go out of my way. But I swear, Mark, when you said George Jetson, it's like, I thought you were talking about like George and Wheezy.
Well, we're moving on now. We're moving on to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
This is probably the best TV theme ever. I don't care what anyone says. I'm right.
To the east side.
That is a crossover I'd like to see.
Come on, Mark. You know the words, don't you?
Fish don't fry in the kitchen. The beans don't burn on the grill.
Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
We're moving on up to the
Do you know who sang this?
to a deluxe apartment.
I thought Roxy Roker sang it.
Nope.
Okay, who?
Janet Dubois. Walona. From Good Times. KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere. The iHeartRadio app, live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and maybe one day we'll be live in 7-Eleven.
Briefly.
No. Well, I want better for this show than 7-Eleven. I do.
Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It's later with Bo Kelly live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the iHeartRadio app. And speaking of our video component, just want to let you know, as we go to break at the top of the hour, we're going to have our first official Hapkido in the hallway discussion. We're going to do a quick little lesson. People wanted to see more of my martial arts, and I'll do just a little bit more. I'm not trying to do anything real complicated, just so you get an idea of my martial art and some of the principles behind it, just some basic things. So we'll do that, Hapkido in the hallway, at about 7:57 before we go to Marsha Collier and our Tech Thursday segment. Each time we tell you about the beaches here in Southern California, what do we tell you? Well, first and foremost, stay your ass out of the water. But if you're going to go in the water, just know that most likely it's going to be poop water. Every single week, we get a list of the beaches which have exceeded toxicity levels with respect to bacteria. And, of course, we have like 7 or 8 beaches this week. 7 or 8. Here we go. Here are the affected beaches. And they're saying they're warning the public. The LA County Health Department is warning the public to avoid ocean waters at several beaches due to high bacteria levels. Here we go. Solstice Creek at Dan Blocker County Beach. I don't think I've been there. 100 yards up and down the coast from the creek. Walnut Creek at Paradise Cove. 100 yards up and down the coast from the creek. Ramirez Creek at Paradise Cove. 100 yards up and down the coast from the pier. So you probably just don't want to go to Paradise Cove at all. The Bel Air Bay Club at Will Rogers State Beach, 100 yards up and down the coast from the club border fence. Mother's Beach in Marina Del Rey, the entire frickin' swim area. That's what it says. Well, it didn't say frickin', but it says the entire swim area. Don't get in the water at Mother's Beach in Marina Del Rey. Castle Rock Storm Drain at Topanga County Beach, 100 yards up and down the coast from the storm drain. If you're 101 yards up, you should be safe. 100 yards, no, it's dangerous. Santa Monica Pier, 100 yards up and down the coast from the pier. And, oh, wait, I have to correct myself. I'm fair here on Later with Mo Kelly. I had used to say that we're never informed when one of these warnings is lifted. We only get the bad news. We have to assume that the warning is extended. There is a warning which has been lifted for one beach. A warning has been listed for the following beach area where recent samples results identified water quality levels within state standards. It doesn't mean that it's clean. It's not, completely toxic. It's just slightly toxic. Avalon Beach at Catalina Island. Oh, shoot. That's not even close. That's 26 miles away. No, Twala, you've been to Catalina.
Yes, but everyone gets in the water in Catalina, so that is good to know. I actually have a friend who's him and his girl, they're going to Catalina, I think, this weekend. So it's good for them to know that they can get in the water and they won't be swimming around raw poopage in Catalina.
I've seen people do the water, they have activities there.
Yeah, no, they have the scuba diving or the snorkeling, just shallow water snorkeling. Yeah. And there's a small beach area where you can go. Very small. It's very teeny. It's, you get right there. But
last time I went there, it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Right.
New Year's Day. Yeah, I went out there. Don't get me wrong. Catalina Island is undersold as far as how good it could be. And I think it's because the locals do not want anything to do with tourism for the most part. But if you really, really put a casino, a real bona fide casino there or something, or a big time hotel, you could really turn that into a major tourist attraction. And clearly they don't want to. They're fine with just people like me and Twala coming by and just doing some shopping and maybe spending the day. But it's not one of those tourist hubs. It's really one of those best kept secrets. And it's close enough. It's maybe a 40-minute boat ride, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I'm very proud of you, Twala, just to reset, because you don't like open water. You don't like the ocean for nothing.
No, I absolutely despised it. But when the idea was planted in my son's head to go on this cruise with you and your boys, La Mujer, and your fam, I said, okay. And my son was excited as I don't know what. He was about to turn 18. I'm like, okay, I've got to go on this cruise with him. I got to do it. I need a starter. Mm-hmm. And Catalina was the starter. I remember you said, like, look, that water's choppy.
It is choppy.
And you will feel the waves when you go to Catalina. You're not going to feel it on the ship. And I said, okay, let me try it. And on the way there, I stayed in the middle on the top deck, like not even really looking out the window. On the way back, I was in the back, chilling, bumping, and just letting the water splash me. Loved it. Loved it.
And actually, I enjoy the boat ride out there and back. That to me is part of the trip. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it is. I didn't see any dolphins. So I was mad about that.
I was not looking for dolphins. Did you ever have a whale watching trip growing up?
You know, I think when I was really little and I got super seasick and ended up throwing up the entire time inside.
Stefan, did you have a whale watching trip?
I sure did. My dad took me, I think, 2 or 3 times.
I remember 5th grade, we had the class whale watching trip. And I was fine. I didn't get seasick. But when my classmates started vomiting, that made me sick.
Was it like in Stand By Me where it just causes a chain vomit?
Except there was no pie eating going on. Yes, that was exactly what it is. Because you see 6 people vomit, like, ooh. And then you start smelling it. Ooh. There's no way I was going to make it.
That smell.
Oh,
Man, it's the worst.
I'm one of those guys, like, if I don't see it, I'm okay. But the moment someone else does it, I have to walk away. I'm not the friend who's going to help you at the club if you've had too much to drink, going to hold your hair back. I'm not that guy. No, because I know I'll be next, having nothing to do with what's going on with you. So, hey, before I forget, you want to log on YouTube right now at Mr. Mo Kelly. We're going to do some Hop Keto in the hallway at the top of the hour. We're going to give you enough time to get there. So we can just run through some basic things and just show you a little bit about Hop Keto because I keep getting these requests. Because of this video yesterday I did with while sitting in for Gary and Shannon, it's just, look, it wasn't even a big deal. But I guess that's what the people want, so I got to give the people what they asked for.
Are you going to practice on Marsha?
I would not do that. I would rather, you know what? I'll have her practice on me, though.
Oh,
I will show her something and then have her do it on me. Or you.
Look, let me run down and go get her now. She's here.
Okay. Yeah, it is just real simple, a basic rudimentary exercise that you can use and is applicable to a lot of situations, but it doesn't require strength or anything. That's part of Hop Keto. One of the principles is yang, balance, where you're using opponent's energy against them. So it's not about being stronger, faster, or even younger all the time. That's why it's a great martial art, regardless of your age, regardless of your size. In fact, I'll even do something for Carnisha to do as well, because we encourage women, people who may not be 25, 170 pounds in the prime of their life. It's something that you can use and utilize throughout your life. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy it. And if you really get into Hop Keto, it understands that as you age, the types of techniques that you learn later in the curriculum, well after black belt, it takes into account that you are physically aging. In other words, we learn cane defense, using a cane and different sticks and things that you would normally have because I'm not doing my jump, spinning, flying kicks anymore. I got videos of it. I have pictures of it. I don't know if you, Carnation, when you were in my office, did you see the one on my wall?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. So I got proof of it. I'm just saying I'm just not built like that anymore.
No, you're now getting to be the age where you've got to incorporate a colostomy bag in your self-defense.
Wow, he just... Jesus.
Bag foo.
Maybe you should practice on Mark.
See that guy over there? I hate him.
Don't move.
I hate him.
Practice on Mark.
My kung fu is more powerful than yours.
He's not coming out of the newsroom.
I don't
He talks
leave
his crap inside of the newsroom.
Never come out of the booth. Never.
When we come back, we're going to tell you about the latest with 23andMe in the state of California.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640 is Later with Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the iHeartRadio app. We had a pre-Hop Hop Keto hallway discussion I was demonstrating on Carnisha and Tawala. You didn't see the part where Carnisha screamed at the top of her lungs because she didn't know what I was going to do. It was pretty funny.
That's my second favorite compared to that first video with Monks. That was so funny.
Yeah. It's going to be, I can see this is going to be a regular feature,
Yeah.
the Hop Keto in the hallway. Joining us right now in studio is Marsha Collier. I wanted her to come in early so she could give us some of her thoughts about this next story. Genetic testing company we all know about, 23andMe, they went under and they had everyone's biological data. And the news today is 23andMe can proceed with a $305 million sale to the company's co-founder, Anne Wojcicki, who I can't pronounce her name, after this U.S. bankruptcy judge rejected California's bid, the state's bid, to delay the sale while the state appeals over privacy concerns. We know about how important it is, our data. But Stephanie, can you turn on her mic, please?
I did.
Okay. We know how important your data is, but we don't often talk about the biological data and how that is a whole new realm in the sense of markers and how people can find us and our data can be used.
I would rather Susan Wojcicki have my data, if my data was in the bunch, than the state of California.
Well, but the state of California wasn't going to buy it, but they were trying to preclude it being sold to one of his founders. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it's 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. Whether you sell the company or not, someone has control of all that biological data.
Once you've given up your data, like that's it. Somebody has it somewhere, and it can be reported, and it can be gone back to and used for experimentation.
And no one is going to buy this company without the data because that's the only thing of value that's connected to the company.
Exactly. I mean, you don't, well, there's also, as bad as the world is getting these days, where people's families have come from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was recently a thing where they found Ashkenazi Jews in the database.
And that information then used against them.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. So it's even worse than I even imagined.
So, I mean, it's just not the health thing. It's all kinds of things.
California was trying to argue that the sale violates the state's Genetic Information Privacy Act, which prohibits the transfer and disclosure of genetic data or biological samples to third parties.
Well, did you know that every time a baby is born in California, they take some blood from the baby and run the DNA?
I didn't know that, but it doesn't surprise me, and it makes sense. But who holds that information other than the hospital?
The state?
Oh.
The government?
Oh.
Gavin Newsom.
Oh.
Whoever wants access to it, who's in the highest positions, I would think.
Well, all right. And I always talk about AI with you, and I argue with Mark Ronner. Usually it's like, hey, AI is here. There's nothing we can do to prevent it. We can be aware of how it's being utilized. Is this the same? Because, I just came from the doctor yesterday, got some x-rays and some blood drawn. Should I then worry about that health information? HIPAA be damned?
I always ask at the doctor, what are you testing for? And what will it be used for? Will it be disposed? Every time when I go to the lab, I ask them. Because once a test was snuck in on me.
You can ask, but I don't know if that protects you.
Yeah, we have no protection. And funny what you said about AI. I've been reading more and more studies saying that the short attention span that people are getting, not from just reading AI imagination stuff, but from looking at videos online, people's IQ are getting lower and lower and lower. And it reminded me, Mike Judge did a movie, if you remember, Idiocracy.
Oh, we are living
We're living in it.
Yes,
we are absolutely living in it. And we watched it again, and it was scary.
Because it's not funny anymore.
No, because it's really happening. Who's going to run the country? Who is going to be smart enough to make the big decisions?
That's a rhetorical question, right? And I wanted you to come in on this because we do talk about data, but we haven't talked as much about biological data. And I get the sense, even though we're talking about 23andMe right now, but it's much bigger than this. We supposedly have opted into 23andMe, and we supposedly can delete our profiles. But how do we verify that? If you did a 23andMe analysis, how are you going to verify that they actually deleted your profile and discarded your biomarker data?
Exactly. There's no way you can. So if you want to do this in the future, like with Ancestry or anybody else, use a fake name and use a burner email address. You should have another email address set up that you use for just, I had a DNA type of test done. Different name, different email address, and of course, we all have a backup phone number.
You use your dancer name, huh? From long ago, right?
Yeah.
Your alternate personality.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Don't go anywhere, Marsha Collier, because when we come back, we're going to get into it officially Tech Thursday here on Later with Mo Kelly. And I love your shirt. For those you're not watching on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, she has her Superman shirt. I saw the movie last night. I know that Mark and Twala are going to see it tonight. I believe, Mark, is it like right after the show?
I think it's around 12:30.
That's not right after the show.
No,
but God bless you.
You got to spend a lot of time together.
Oh, my goodness. We'll talk all about that later. KFI AM 640 live everywhere in the iHeart. Oh, and we're going to the hallway for Hop Keto Hallway. We're live everywhere in the iHeart Radio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulating talk.